Hopefully you guys can see that pretty good. I killed the LED and I just got a small little external light lighting this up. So got the sliding piece in. We've got to make a hole. You saw this piece I just milled. This is a 7/16 fine thread bolt. And it's going to sit down in here like this. Gonna have I got basically a dog set screw that'll go through here and that register. That way it'll go up and down, but it won't turn. And to have this fit in the hole, of course this is undersized, so this is actually 431 thousandths. And if I drill or even use an end mill, it's going to be at least 437 thousandths, and I really don't want that, sloppy of a hole. So we're going to have to bore it out. I've got a 13/32 end mill, so that'll open it up just to a little bit over 400 thou. I'm going to plow down about 800 thousandths, and then we'll put the boring head in, and then we'll bore this out to maybe about 432, so it'll be a nice snug fit. I may have to slow it down, we'll see. Didn't bother drilling it first. Figured we just plunge down and get it done. Yeah, no problem. Cutting it like butter. Took a skim pass. We're at 415. Dialed in 5 thou, so 10 thou total. So hopefully that'll take us to 425. It bored on size. That's a 425 pin. It's a snug fit, so that is good. This is one of those imports. I got it from Shars, and it's I don't know, about 90% reliable. So when I need a real precision hole, I sometimes fret having to use it. But so far, just checking it that way, we're good. So we'll try one more pass and try to hit our target number. Alright, we're at the bottom. Let's hope we didn't overbore. There's a 432 gauge pin. Wow, just wants to go. Excellent, didn't overbore. Here's our part, which should be 431. Oh. That's a nice fit. Excellent. That's what I wanted. I didn't want anything sloppy. Sweet. So I'll just chamfer the top of this hole, and then we need to drill a hole in the side. I'm going to go 1/4 20, and that'll be for the dog set screw. That'll hold that groove. So let me get that set up. So hopefully you guys can see that. Slot that we milled to retain it. It slides in there, and I got this little baby dog point here. What I'll probably have to do is just put a dab of blue Loctite, because I got to find the sweet spot. If you're running in too far, it locks it down, so it needs to back off just about 1/8 of a turn there, so that way it can move. So I think the next thing we need to do is build that little, I guess you call it a thumb screw, thumb wheel, that we can rotate. That'll lift the fixture that'll hold the finger. So this will go up and down. And might as well add some bling, do it in brass. But it's not going to be very wide. So instead of doing a traditional knurl, there won't be much of a pattern. I was contemplating on trying to do this straight knurl. So I did a test piece. This is just an aluminum. You guys can see it. It came out okay. I don't know if it's just because it's aluminum. Maybe it'd be a little bit sharper than brass. But it sure did take a lot of tool pressure to get this pattern. So we'll give it a shot. So it'll make it out of this piece of 3/4 inch. Sit down in there and see how she looks. So let's head over to the lathe. Not even sure if it's worth running a skim pass, but we'll just clean it up just a smidgen. Alright, you guys can go for a ride. There's a lot of vibration doing this. I'm going in about 20 thou there. That's 25. Look at it. Ain't too bad. So clean it up a little bit. I'm gonna go in, I don't know, just a little more, maybe another 5 or 7 thou, and see what she looks like. Let me go handheld, just clean it up. Still got gunk in it, but doesn't look too bad. I think that's acceptable. Once I get some more WD out of that and get a brush to it, I think it'll look like a decent knurl. Cut. There's the thumb wheel in all its glory. I think it came out pretty good. So you can adjust it. And once the finger's sitting on it, we'll basically pull it up. You can really see it going up and down. So now we just need to make that little fixture that's going to screw onto here and hold the strapping, which will be the flexible finger. Got a piece of, let's see, what is that, 1 inch? 60-61. We'll just, skim it, clean it up, drill and bore it and tap it. Well, I probably won't bore it. We'll just drill it and tap it to 7/16 20. So she'll just screw down on there. Debating whether I need to drill and put a little set screw in there to hold her, or just a little bit of blue Loctite. Not sure yet. And then of course we'll have to drill a slot in it for the finger, which is just going to be the strapping, and probably drill and tap for another set screw to hold this in place. And this project, I think, will be done. So let's head over to the lathe and we'll get this knocked out. Go ahead and get it cleaned up. Alright, let's chew a little bit of the aluminum off there. Just going to go 1/4 inch. for the thumb wheel. I should keep on a screw. Take another 25 or 50 total. Okay, we should be there. I was shooting for about 650, so she's just a little bit under, so that thumb wheel got room. Let me get on there. 648, 649. Alright, that's fine. So now what we need to do is basically drill and tap 7, 16, 14. And of course, I gotta break 2 edges. Well, let me see if I can do this with you guys right there. But shout out to my buddy Michael, who hooked me up with this tap follower. He saw my most recent mail call. You'll recognize it. Works awesome. We don't have to go in very far. Just need a few threads that she'll hold. Let me see if I can do this with you guys right there. I'll come down. Just starting to grab right there. Let me zero my quill. Alright. Piece of paper folded over is 12 thousandths. So let's go down 12. And that'll give me a 0. New 0. We have to go down a total of 410 thousandths, if you guys can see that. So the diameter of this is 780 thousandths. Divide that by 2 gives you 390. This cutter is 40 thousandths thick, so we need half of that, which is 20. So it gives you a total of 410. Come down, and that's how you find your center line. For those that are new to this, for those that are veterans, obviously this is information you already know. And let's see here, we are down to 410. We lock it and we do a sanity check, and she looks good. All right, we're gonna go in about 1/2 inch, and then once we get that slot done, then we'll drill and tap for a set screw to hold the finger. Fire up the rotary phase converter. Let's see, hopefully this is a new one. Hopefully it runs pretty true. Slow her down a little bit. Got 180. See if it likes that. We may have to do a little WD. Come in and get our 0. There's our 0 there. 0 out to X. Come over here. And we'll just start chewing away. See how it likes about 100 thou. We'll get a bunch of chatter or not, I don't know. love it when the saw blades are nice and sharp. Easy peasy. Alrighty, let me dial in another 100 and I am just gonna peck away at this. Slot is done. Let's see if I can get this in with you guys there. All right, sweet. That'll work. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and drill and tap a hole, probably 1/4 20, I think. Got you guys over here at the surface plate since we were kind of on the home stretch. This may be overkill, but we'll see. So I need to figure out how tall we need to make that finger. So I've got you in front of the fixture and obviously my height gauge. I've got it zeroed out here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to move up, get the top of this arbor, and then have to subtract 500 thou since it's a 1-inch arbor. That'll give us a center line, and then move over here, and then we'll have a reference for how tall the finger needs to be. At least that's my thinking. So let's see what we got. If I can do this with you guys watching. It's going to be a little bit out of frame there for a second because I think it's so high. See if that's any better. Alrighty. So we're 3 inches, 760 thou. So if we take half of that, so we need 3 inches, 260 thou. Alright. So now we can take the height gauge, and basically that'll give us how tall we need to make that finger. Bottom of that should put us, if I keep you in frame, right there at the center. Bingo was his name-o. Alright, so let me cut a piece of that strapping and see what I can do to get it on the money. Well, here it is, guys, all wrapped up in its glory. I think she came out pretty good. I only had Bozo visit the shop once. Go figure, I got through the whole project, no issues. And I go to chamfer this column here, and I didn't get deep enough chamfer. It wasn't leaving a smooth enough finish, so I decided to go in a few more thou, and as you can see, got in too far and the bottom of the cutter hit it. I was like, God, can I not win? But, so, here it is. I got the finger in. I've got it adjusted so you can see. And you would be dusting off, you know, this tooth right here, and then once you got her, you just rotate it, and then you lock it in, and you dust off that other tooth. And GoPro battery's dying. Hold on. All right, so as I was saying, so then you can just rotate it. And then what I did, so I've got it spring loaded, so it keeps just enough tension on it, but yet it doesn't want to either tighten or loosen if you just ran the socket head cap screw in the back of it. And then of course I've got a couple different sizes of cap heads and an extra spring or two, so that way we can do different depths of cutters. The largest or thickest cutter, I should say, I have is 5/8. So I made it, 5/8, all the way down to 1/8 of an inch. So you can use different ones. If you remember, we made this arbor spacer, so you can just pull that out. And then the way I've got them designed is this one, the way it will reach, it'll still catch that finger. I think I've figured everything out, and like I said, we made this thumb wheel so you can raise it and lower it. We can bring it down a little bit if we need to change that angle. And I just made my Maker's Mark stamp there, put that on her. So I think we did a good job. I did some research and I did find that you can purchase this online. So they still make one of these models. This is $300. Looks like Ajax Tool Supply sells it. So if you don't want to make one, you can purchase one. Now, I guess we need to do a proof of concept. I'd like to try it out. Unfortunately, all my cutters are either new or slightly used, and I really don't want to practice on a good one. So I went on eBay and I bought a lot of cutters. So hopefully, they're in poor shape or average shape, so I can learn on those. So once they come in, we'll go over to the surface grinder and we'll give it a try and see how it works out. And in the meantime, I'll just go ahead and start studying the geometry on these things, see what I need to know. But otherwise, pretty simple. Came out well. Like I said, I think I did a good job on her. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention how you mag it down. So I kicked around a couple ideas, and I decided just to go ahead and use flathead socket cap screws. And of course our countersink just flush, so that mags down really nice. I thought about putting a plate, but then I came up with that idea. So there she is. Alrighty, I hope you guys enjoyed the build series. I'm sorry it took a little bit of a time there. I guess what ended up being 4 videos. Tried to keep them, around 20 minutes. I didn't want to put up like 2 half-hour videos or something, or even longer than that. So I think it came out pretty good. Like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and end the series here, and hopefully in the next video we'll be able to test this baby out. I'll have the cutters in from eBay seller that I bought them from, and we'll grind one up, stick them on the Bandy horizontal mill, and we'll see if it works. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for hanging in there. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, leave some comments. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't had a chance to subscribe. And I guess we'll see you on the next video. Take care.